Hi. Let's get this. Ari. Hi, everyone. We're just trying to get this to go. Can you come over here, Ari? I don't know why this is not.
You're on. It's on my side.
Oh, there we are.
There we go.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Christina. Hi. So, this is Olivia.
Hi, guys.
And we are recreating a Barbie-esque. If you guys follow me, I am Stephen, or if you don't follow me, I'm Stephen Moleski, Stephen Moleski Beauty. I'm here with Jouer Cosmetics, one of my favorite brands. We are going to do a Barbie-inspired look, but when I think of Barbie, I think of California sunshine, tan skin, lots of pink, but pink in the right way. We don't want to overdo it. So I'm going to try and show you guys how I do my blush. We have prepped the skin. I used a little bit of some of my favorite go-to products. The Skin Barrier Cream by Jouer is a must, especially if you have sensitive skin. So I prepped that. And then we have the eye mask, which I'm going to leave on for a minute. Where is everybody joining us from? I want to give it enough time for everyone to join the chat. These are the eye masks that Olivia has on, and they are amazing. My clients all ask for them. They are super, super great. They have caffeine in them. It's definitely something that you want to grab if you haven't tried eye patches, or if you've tried eye patches and you haven't been impressed. These ones definitely are worth their money. Joining from London. Awesome. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go show you how I do I call it my signature face framing. I call it framing because contour, a lot of times people don't realize it ages you. And so I frame using bronzer, and it's going to really sculpt and give you a natural look. And it's something that if you're afraid of contour, you're going to be able to do because it blends really easy. It's forgiving, and it keeps you looking young and fresh. So I'm going to start off. We're going to take these eye patches off. And then I'm just going to work in this. Of course, the neighbor's lawnmower is going, so I apologize for that. I'm just going to rub in all this product. So Olivia has also freckles, and I'm going to show you, if you want to lean in, you can see how gorgeous her freckles are. The key is I'm going to show how to enhance the skin without overdoing it. So if you're a no makeup girl or you're a full face, all of my technique is going to be great for you. This is, which one is this? All right, so this is the bronzing Bloom Bronzer Glow Sticks. This is in Sunrise. So it's going to give a little bit of a sun kiss. So I'm doing this before concealers, before anything, and I'm just going to hit it where the sun would hit you. And keep in mind, a lot of people, this is going to look like a lot of makeup, but all of the makeup is going to give a little bit of correction. So when I use concealers or get to the full coverage things, I can actually use less. I'm going to take just a little damp sponge and blend that out. And you can see how it just kind of, I'm going to do a little bit down the side of the nose. Like I said, I apologize if you could hear the lawnmower. Of course, of all times, they just decided to do that. So if you look at the side, see how it just gives like a nice sun-kissed look. And I'm doing this first because with all the other products, it's going to kind of dissipate back, but it gives you a natural sculpt. Look, turn a little bit more so you can see how it lifts the cheek. And if you wanted to do a little bit more, you could do here. All right, so come back around. And if you guys have any questions while we're going along on this, let me know. Ari, my amazing friend assistant, is going to be letting me know all your comments or questions. So let's make sure I get to them. All right, so that is basically framing the face out. And see how it's super natural? Oh, I probably should do the other side of the nose.
How much darker should your bronzer be than your skin tone, Christina asks?
So there is really, there's 3 different sticks that actually Jouer makes, but with any type of bronzer, I like to go about 1 to 2 steps deeper and richer in tone so that you have a natural glow. If it looks like it's too intense, it's definitely going to be more of a dramatic look. And this is something that my aesthetic is like a signature, like maybe she's born with it, maybe she woke up like it, but she's definitely like a polished and finished. So I don't want it to be anything too heavy or too intense. But yeah, like I would go like 1 or 2 shades darker. And this is using something that's a little bit bronzier. There is actually another stick that they have. I can show you this. This is a little bit cooler of the bronzing stick. This is Sunset. And I can actually add a little bit so you guys get an idea. So like if you wanted to have a more intense look, this is a little bit darker. And I'm going to use this here, the eye. Everyone likes a little bit of a lift. And so if you take that and just add it, or you add it down the side of the nose, it'll give you a little bit more of a lift. But that's going to go more into the glam vibe. So see how it's still really seamless and beautiful, but it's makeup. So like if it feels like it's too much, then tone it down a little bit. These products are really, really blendable. So if it is a little bit too much, the way that they're formulated, they blend down so you can get a really natural look.
What is your favorite way to blend out your framing, brush or sponge?
That's a good question. So I'm going for a more natural, and I'm going to use a sponge. I think as a professional, if I was doing this on one of my clients, I would use the brush, just because I would probably not want to take off as much product and kind of move it around. And since I'm going to try and keep this under an hour and answer your questions, I'm using a sponge because it's a little bit faster. Let me get a lip brush. Before we go on to anything else, because I always forget, and I need to blend out that eye too, there is this, the Jouer lip enhancer, and it is my go-to lip product, and all of my clients steal it. It's that good, and I love putting it on to just really hydrate the lips. This is one of the products that I actually fell in love with Jouer years ago. And I promise you can just wear it alone. It is so good on the lips. I wear it on my own lips. You can't go wrong. So definite staple in my kit. Prepping the lips now because I'm going to show you actually. It's really fun. So I'm going to do my girlfriends say that they can always tell whenever I do their lips or when I do a lip, because I have a specific way that I like to make the lips pout but also keep it natural looking. And I'm going to show you how I do that. But I want to get into this. So this is one of my favorite things, and I begged that I could use this in this live. This is the cream blush, the Blush and Bloom Cheek lip set. This is something everybody needs to buy. There's 3 different shades in here. There is Promise Me, which I'm going to show you. There's Be Loud, which I'm not going to use, but it's amazing for like that flushed, pinched cheek look. And then there's Peony. And Peony, when I tell you, it makes me so happy. That's not bad. So this is Peony. This is as Barbie as it gets. And so I'm going to show you, because this probably would scare everybody, but these products are so amazing. So I'm going to put this on now, because if you want your blush to stay, you want to use a cream blush. And it looks like a lot. I promise you it's not. So it's going to take a little tiny, turn a little bit for me. And I'm going to use a brush for this so you can really manipulate it. But I do this See how it really blends out? It's just like a beautiful kiss of like color. I want to go more as Barbie. So I'm going to keep on. I'm going to show you what I do. And I tell you that it's going to look scary, but it's going to be so amazing. This is like my signature look that I'm doing right now. So look for me. So I'm taking the blush and bringing it around the under eye and then up through. And you just get it to where you like. I like keeping it a little bit more intense underneath the eyes because it just really helps with the under eye. Because I haven't corrected yet. I haven't concealed yet. So we're going to do this other side.
And that'll shade peony, you said, right?
Yeah, peony. Peony. Like the flower. So look up. See, the trick also, I don't know if anybody is a natural makeup wearer or if they have freckles, is that you want to get like correction so that it looks more natural. And one of the biggest misconceptions is that more makeup or heavier application is going to give you more coverage. If you look at any of my tutorials, I put on a lot of layers. So straight ahead for me. See how pretty that blush is? It's just so yummy. All right, so I'm putting this on. Now we're going to go into concealer. So this is the essential concealer. This is probably, if not this concealer is amazing. It's hyaluronic. It's got, I think, jojoba oil or vitamin E. I don't know exactly. I know it's hyaluronic. But what's great about it is that it doesn't get cakey or creased. Also, for disclaimer, I'm using this and I'm putting it directly on. I am giving the model this concealer when we're done.
She's coming home with me.
She's coming home. All right, so this is shade Custard. And I'm just going to put a dot right there and a dot right there. All right. And then taking the same sponge, you can use your finger, you can use whatever you like, but I want to show you how much coverage this gets. So the trick is getting in the inside corner of the eye, turn a little bit towards me. Look up, just pressing, and then slowly dragging it across. And that little bit of pink blush, or if you're a deeper complexion, this is great with peach colored or peach tone blushes. But see how, look straight ahead, how it just gives you that perfect lit under eye. Now, if you have a little bit deeper, you can add a little bit more, but the coverage on this is so phenomenal.
It's vitamin E and hyaluronic acid.
Yeah, vitamin E and hyaluronic.
And someone said, do these tips work on over 50?
Oh, even more so. Like, the thing that you'll understand is that the thinner the layer, the more forgiving it is. And so, like, it's really important to have a really good concealer that is full coverage, and you use it less and you use it more intentionally. So, like, you only put a dot where you need it blended out, because if you just put on more product, your skin's only going to have so much room to hold that product. And if it doesn't hold it, it's going to crease. And so having something like this that has hyaluronic, that stays hydrating, that's super pigmented, it is just amazing, because what happens is it stays in place, it corrects, it does what it does, and then it doesn't move around. A lot of times with this concealer, and just like the applications, how I do it, once you do your initial powdering, setting and everything, you don't need to add more. All right, so I want it to be a little bit more bright. So I'm going to go right here, and actually I'm just going to show you one side. So on this side, lean in a little bit, just adding a little bit more right where you would get your blueness from the, everyone's skin is a little bit thinner there. And see how different the one side to the other side. But it looks like skin. All right, I'm going to finish off the other side, and then I'm going to show another tip that I like doing, especially, I say anyone over 35 pretty much has, the makeup is corrective. You're either reducing the appearance of fine lines, you're trying to remove blue tones, discoloration, redness. Whenever you find the right products and you can go in and correct, it really is important that you apply things in the specific application. All right. So this is the concealer I like for coverage, okay? Jouer makes another concealer. I always say get both of them. I'm going to do something I'm going to do my reverse contour, which is basically highlighting. And you're going to see the difference. And this is, whoever said, is this good for people over 50? This is your favorite over 50 application, because it literally is going to give you almost as if you had a day at the spa, or like went to face gym and had like a lift to your face, massaging it, or brightening. And that's all about placement. So these are the same formula as the other ones, but they're a pen. And I just like to go in and draw in exactly where I might need a spot correction, or like she said, a little discoloration right here, here, usually around the corners of the mouth and the corners of the nose. This is better for like smaller areas because it's a thinner product. So it's going to look more, it's more forgiving. So if you are one that has thinner skin and you find that some concealers are too heavy, this is your still full coverage, amazing coverage, but it's going to be better for thinner areas, thinner skin where you might have more creasing. Do you have a presentation of someone over 50 so I can see it actually looks on something with skin like mine? I think I do on my YouTube, but I definitely should do a video with one of them, with somebody over 50. I think I do on my YouTube. It's Stephen Moleski YouTube. Because I think I use my client Peg. All right, so blending this all out. I will tell you, this concealer, Peg, my client Peg, she might be even on here, she's actually like my adopted mom. She has mature skin, and I sent her, she's getting married next month, September 20 something. But I sent her the Jouer full coverage concealer and pen for a match, and she's a macaroon. I know that because we did a FaceTime with it, and she loved it because she said that it didn't, it covered up her blue under eyes, but it didn't age her, and it wore really well. And she's in Atlanta, Georgia, where the humidity will lift everything off the skin. So, but with that is that. All right. So see how that's just one way. You can go back in, and I sometimes like to sandwich the concealer and the blush together, so it's just nice and blended. But that just gives a very, very soft, pretty, no makeup, fresh kissed look. All right. Now before I go into anything else, I'm gonna do the eyes. I know a lot of eyes are something that if you do them wrong, they're not forgiving. And this is my tip and trick. I do it on almost every application with eyeshadow sticks, because if you're in a hurry, eyeshadow sticks don't have fallout. They're long wear, they are super blendable, and they're pretty much error proof. So I'm going to show you what I do I take, this is Surreal, and it is a neutral taupey matte. It's good for anyone that's medium to fair. There's other colors like modern, any type of deeper pencil that's darker than the skin that you prefer. This is showing you the technique that I do. Implement it in any type of application that or color tone that you choose. All right, so close for me and turn. So everybody, you just line your eye. All right, and then I know some people here are wanting to make sure they are young and youthful. So you line your eye, open your eye, and then when your eyes open and straight ahead, draw in your crease. Just do it in the mirror. All right. And you make a little wedge. Close again for me and lean in for him to see. All right. So it should look something like a V. And then you just take your eyeshadow brush close for me and lean in a little bit. And you're just going to blend it upwards and outwards. Bring it over and bring it down. And if you have a hooded eye, this is going to open for me. This is going to open up the eye. So if you draw in the crease whenever you are looking in the mirror, if you have no crease but you draw directly straight ahead and make the same shape, it's going to give you an opened eye. But this little bit is all you really need to do, and then you can apply whatever color you want over top of it. But it's the easiest eye enhancement application that you could possibly do. Now, we are going with a Barbie theme, so we're going to add more, I don't want to say fantasy, if you will, but we're going to make it, a little bit more Mattel, if you will, a little bit more Barbie-esque. But all of the tips are really about placement, and you really can just have fun with however you want to play on the colors. Is there any other questions?
That blend,
Yeah.
I'd say it's beautiful.
All right.
What color was this again, Stephen?
Surreal.
And this is a matte color, right?
It's a matte, yes. So I'm going to go in because it is Barbie, and we are going for more of a pop culture look. This is rose gold. It's another eyeshadow stick, but this is a shimmer. And basically, it is going to add a little bit of color. If you have green or blue eyes, this is a great color. So I'm going to line the lid and then just leave that open for me. And taking the same brush, close, and blending out. And when I tell you this is the most error-proof, so many people are telling me, they're like, "Oh, you make it look so easy." It's really the pencils in the product. So open your eye, and then show side by side. It's very much, it just gives you the best application. And like if you wanted a more dramatic look, you can go with a darker brown pencil, but this just gives a really, really, really nice shape to the eye.
Are these long wear?
They are 24-hour long wear, yes. They're waterproof. Whenever I draw them on the back of my hand sometimes, and I will do an entire application and then go to wash my hand off, and it takes a minute to get them off. But they don't irritate the eye or anything like that. But if you live anywhere where it's warm and it's summer now, this is really, really a great kind of application to stick by.
People are loving it. This color is rose gold, you said?
This is rose gold. All right. I am just going to add a little. All right, let's go to highlighters. So, actually, no, let's not go to highlighters. Let's go to just setting the powders. All right, so if you, we're going to go in and set everything. This is the Fair Jouer powder. This powder blurs. It is so good. I'm going to show you how I apply it. I like to use something underneath the eyes that is a touch lighter. There's 5 or 6 shades: fair, light, medium, tan,
and dark,
yep, and deep.
And deep. So there's 6.
This is, I'm going to show you how great it is. So they are on the pigmented side, so they are going to get a little bit deeper once they're put on. But this is, I'm powdering basically where the concealer is, just using a really, the lightest application. And just anywhere that you might get shiny, I'm going to do one side of the face. And then, see how that is? I'm going to do one side and the whole technique, and then while I'm doing the other side, I can answer all your questions. All right, so this is the pressed powder. So hold that for me. So now, I'm sure most people, I have a lot of private clients, and I do more private clients than I do celebrity clients, but they're always like, cream blushes scare me. So I showed you how I use the cream blush. To me, powder blushes without cream blush under them scare me. So these are the Jouer palettes. This is the Flirt palette, of course, pink. And I'm going to show you how I add blush. So I'm just taking a slightly dense blush brush and tapping it off. And then I'm placing it right over top, but a touch higher. And then bringing it all the way around. And see how that gives just like a really lifted, soft look compared to this. So this is like almost like it's like if you turn it this way, it's very like in the skin. And then this gives much more of a seamless, I don't want to say glam, but more of a finished look, if you will. Both of them are beautiful, but whenever you use the cream and the powder products together, you're going to get a much more seamless application and a much longer application. Because it's kind of like having like cementing the product in.
Beautiful.
All right.
Yeah, Jade said this powder blurs my pores, and it is always covering up, like blurring anything. Just the powder.
Also, take your blush across the tip of your nose. All right. See how pretty that is? All right. Now, if you really want your blush to last, this is one of my favorite products, and it's also really important that you do this in between your applications. Pro tip, this is the Moisture Mist. It is amazing, but it's just going to add moisture to the powder products. And so what it's going to do is I'm going to show you on the one side, and you'll see it's very slight, but what it does, turn to this side, it just makes it literally seamless. And then show side to side. And it just takes whatever little bit of powder application is here, and it turns it into be like, just like your skin. But what that does is if anyone wears makeup and they've gone out and they've gotten sweaty and then they set their makeup again, it locks everything in place. And so once you do that, you can go back in and add more products. I'm going to go into the bronzers, or not the bronzers, the highlighters. These are like one of Jouer's iconic products. This is the Topaz highlighter and ice. And I'm going to take a nice fluffy brush, and I'm going to turn this way. Wait, which one? So I sprayed this side, right?
Yes.
Okay. So look out for me. I'm just going to take it and I am placing it, for this look, I'm placing it underneath the brow and underneath here. Now, if you are afraid of having fine lines in this area, then take your highlighter and place it on the top of the apple of the cheek, more in this area. But I'm right for this, for her, I'm taking it and putting it up higher underneath the eye, and then up through here, and then across here. And this is more of a bronzy highlighter. And see how it's more matte here, and this just adds to the glow. If I would have added this without putting the moisture spray, it wouldn't, it would sit on top of all the powders. And whenever you're adding something that pulls light in this way, that little step, one, makes your makeup last longer, but two, it also just allows any of these finishing powders to really cement into the makeup and look even more flawless. All right, does anyone see the difference? Does that all make sense to you? All right, now I'm going to spray the other side. Is there any more questions?
Not right now.
How's it feel?
It feels amazing. It doesn't even feel like I have anything on right now, guys.
That's the whole point. Just
Flawless.
to be very light.
Steven, what's your best tip for not creasing under the eyes for concealer? Because I know that's a question.
So, like I said before, for underneath the eyes, having a concealer that is super pigmented, and it'll only crease if you put too much on. So use less than more. Pat it out. Let it sit there. If you see it crease, then you've added too much. I use the most little bit, and then pressing it in. I do find if you have a tendency that your concealer creases, what do I have it here? The powder puff. Oh, here. If you have a tendency that your concealer creases, without putting powder on these little wedges, go in, put your concealer on, and then blend out with this. The way that this is made, it helps push in the concealer without adding any or without spreading it out. It kind of dries it out a little bit and makes it stay more put. So I find that helps a lot of time. But the number one thing is put on less concealer and have it be a really high pigmented concealer like the Jouer one. All right. All right, let's go to lips. How are your lips? Can you give me a paper towel?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to do my lips, and then we can go back in and bump up the look. So I put the Jouer Essential Essential Lip on in the very beginning. It is super hydrated, and I'm going to use the Jouer's lip liners, which are long wear, and if you have too much moisture at all on any lip application, it's going to keep the lip liner from sticking and being where you want it to be. So on that note, make sure you just pat off any extra moisture so that you don't have the lips bleed. All right, so this is Sienna. Which one is this? Oh, that's the second one.
Carrie said, she's so pretty.
Thank you.
She got the memo. It's definitely Barbie. All right, so this is Sienna lip liner. These are very long wear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I draw. This is what I do on almost everybody. So I just hug the top line of the lip. I wouldn't say I'm overdrawing. I'm just tiptoeing right on the edge. Like not behind it, but like using the side of the pencil to draw on the edge. This one keeps the lip liner from rubbing off more. These are long wear, so if you get it on there, it's going to stay in place and it's not going to feather. That's one thing I do love about these liners is that once they're in place, they are, they do not move. All right, so I don't overdraw the bottom lip, obviously. She has full lips, but I'm showing you just how it's very subtle. All right, show the side by side. See how it just is barely hugging the top of the lip. It's not really going behind. And then another thing is if you're wanting, because it's kind of like on the back end of where the lip line is. And you don't have to do this either way. This is just how I do my lips. And I have some clients that don't like it this way, and I don't do it on them. But this is the way I like doing lips. It gives you that little fresh pout. All right. Now I'm going to use another lip liner. And this is the Sienna. All right, so I like these. These are their shimmer. This is Sienna Shimmer. It's the same liner, but shimmering. And I'm just going to use it on the top Cupid's bow. And what this is going to do is it's going to keep it super natural. Because it has a little bit of a shimmer in it, it's going to reflect a little bit of light. Can you see that touch of shimmer?
Stunning. People love that.
Right. Okay. And so we're going for it's summer long wear makeup. You don't have to do this, but if you are one that your lips are always coming off, this is Bare Rose, which is another color I love. It's long wear, and you can add the color right on the inside of the lip. Plot for me. And then bring it up a little bit here and let it all merge. And that is like the most long wear, beautiful lip you're gonna get. What's everyone thinking about?
This Barbie is shimmering. I love it. Nick London said you're creating a 3D lip.
Yeah. All right, and so then I'm just gonna take, this is the Belle lip oil. You could honestly, if you're not, some people aren't into lip oils. If you want the, where did I put it? The Jouer and Lip Enhance. Oh my God, it's right here. You could put this just over top of it. I want a little bit more color, and this is. Hi, you thought you lost me. All right, so this is Belle. Obviously, I'm giving this to her, so block. And then taking this and applying it. All right. Now, if you are one, like we said, if you're worried about creasing, once you see everything is kind of set in, and if you wanted a little bit more coverage, taking that powder puff and just working it in the sides of the nose and around. And that'll give a little bit more coverage underneath the eye, but see how it's still super, super natural? And we're giving like that California, like sun-kissed look, but it's very like wearable. And the biggest thing, if you take away from these tips, is that one, have fun with makeup. Understand that it's a lot of good makeup is understanding that it's okay to have a mistake and see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. But 2 is placement. And like whenever you're putting in the eyes, know what your intention is. Do you want to have something to like enhance the eyes or give you a lift in the cheek? But definitely don't be afraid of it. But this is like somebody else earlier was talking about like what would you do for someone that is 50 or like older or whatever, and this is very, very much the application I would do for anyone, because I just don't put a lot of product on. I just am very strategic on what product I like to use, and what product I want to add. So I'm going to add a little bit more blush here. And you guys, I want to get a couple more. Oh, I said I was going to use ice. All right, so this is very Barbie. So this is ice highlighter. Going back in, I used a darker bronzier one. So this is this here. Just putting it on the bridge of the nose and tapping it in. But I'm going to use it underneath the brow. And then using it right here. In terms, so you can see this difference. See how it's pulling. I applied the lighter, whiter one. I didn't use it up here. I did it on the front apples of the cheek and doing it here. And whether you're 25 or you're 55, that is going to give you that fuller cheek, and it's going to lift you without giving it too heavy of a makeup. I'm doing it here and the front of the cheek. And what I do, once again, Jouer products are very, very, very forgiving, but also very pigmented. So you don't need to use a lot. They last forever. And they're great for any age, really. Do we have any more questions?
No, everybody says they would wear it in a heartbeat. A little bit goes a long way.
I'm going to just throw on some mascara. I'm just going to put on a touch of mascara just to bring out to finish off the look.
What is your most used Jouer product?
Concealer. Know that? Yes. I go through a lot of different products, but the Jouer concealers have been a staple in my kit. My favorite one, they've been a staple in my kit for, oh God, 5 years? At least 5 years. And then my go-to shades, if you're a pro artist and you're shopping, macaroon is one of the #1 colors. Toast, custard. I know this is how good I know them. The biscotti, butterscotch, and rich ginger are amazing colors, especially if you're wanting to do like brightening under the eyes. Fair skin, macaroon, they're all great, but they're definitely, you can use a lot of different concealers, but they never do me wrong. All right, that's just a touch of mascara.
Someone said, what will be the second favorite?
Second favorite, I'm going to use this. So this is, did we have this on here?
Yeah, I added it.
Okay, so this is I used it in the last live. This is one of my other favorite products that they did. It's a blush bronzer highlighter. So we're going to go for the Sun Kissed. I love this bronzer. This is the C'est Soleil.
Sessois.
So I love this because it's like a blush highlighter. You just can't go wrong, and this is great. So I use this. We just did the Jouer campaign, and they I was blessed to do the whole campaign. But I use this product on fair skin, like Olivia, up to like medium dark girls, and it has a different effect on everybody, but it's just gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna use a little bit up here, and then if you use this in under the cheekbone, so like over top of where we put that bronzer before, and then underneath here, and then wrapping a little bit around. See how it just played into the contour that we placed earlier? And that little tiny step really brings the whole look to even more of a glam look, but it's still like seamless and effortless and not cakey. I love this. So that's one product. I do love the pressed powders. And I'm trying to think I'm trying to decide what's my next ones. The blushes, the powder blushes are dynamic, but I love these are new, I think, in the last year. These colors, like there was Bare Rose, Peony, Promise Me. This is amazing because you can use them on the cheek, you can use them on the lip. They're so universal. The eye patches. If you know anything about me, or if you had your makeup done by me, I do a lot of skin prep. Typically, before I go into an application, and the eye patches are fantastic. So, all the skincare products from Jouer, but I always also judge the products not so much what I like as what people steal from my kit. And the eye patches are always something that people ask for, and they ask for backups of. Concealers can go wrong. The pen concealers, honestly, are I use a lot because everyone prefers to have like a brightness to their skin, because this is a tip that I don't know if everyone understands, but I'm anti-contour. I'm all about sculpting, because if you contour your face, it gives you the appearance of a slimmer look. And this is my theory. Don't kill me on this. But as we age, we lose fat in our face. And so that's why everything starts sagging. It starts not as being as youthful and whatnot. So if you add contour to your face, you're only aging yourself. So I like to sculpt and give a warmth and a bronziness like we did, and then go in and brighten, and I draw in those areas like you saw, and it brings light to the face, which fills out the face, which youthens your face, and gives anybody, no matter what their age is, a better look. And so I find that sculpting the face or framing the face out is a better technique and term for people to understand how to do a better application. Because contour is a little 2016, and not everyone really needs to contour their face. You want to frame things, lift things, tighten things, brighten things, but you don't really need to contour your face. Does that make sense? So yeah. But yeah, I think, and then like it's definitely, there is a place for contour. Like if you want to put a little contour here, different things, but you'll find your makeup, and every single private lesson I've done, I show people how to properly conceal and brighten their skin, and they're all like, oh my God, because you can go back in with bronzers and you get that framing, but if you know how to brighten your skin, you can do a lot more. And also is if you do contour and you actually do this, Ari, turn this light down. So we have a sunlight here. If you look at this makeup when it's not fully lit, I'm gonna look my age, 43. But this, when you turn down the light, it still looks even. It still looks natural. So this is literally no makeup in my dining room. There's a big drop here. But you see how it's seamless? It looks smooth no matter the light you're in. And that's the key. If you put contour that has false lines, you're creating lines, but if you don't have a light to fill the face, then you're going to wind up having lines that we've all walked into like different places, and you're like, did she not blend that contour, or did she not do this? And this is just a very great technique that looks good in all lighting. It's good on all skin types. Less is more. High quality ingredients and high performance products are the key, and that's why I do love Jouer. It's a brand that I really, really do. If you know anything about me, I don't sell out. I talk about products that I love. I work with people that I respect, and I love Jouer's whole brand is just a high quality product. And you just can't go wrong. I literally send so many clients that I'm like, just go shopping, find your shades. You can't go wrong. So, yeah. Any more questions? We'll hang out for a couple more minutes. My dogs are gonna be like, Winston. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Go to concealer shade creme brulee. I love you guys. Yeah. So, but I would say definitely if you're gonna shop for anything today, try this. This is, if you're wanting to know formulations, it's really good. So this is a blush trio. I think it's $34. $32. No, $34. I should work for you guys now. I don't. I do my research. So $34. The blushes are definitely. This is something to buy because it's a trio set. The peony that I used is only in this set. And it is something that really is universal. The blush palettes are amazing. There's many other palettes that you can buy. They're bronzers. Oh, I didn't have the bronzers, and I didn't want to bug them and ask them for them. Their powder bronzers are delicious. They're so good. I would have had them, but the model from the last tutorial took mine. So, and I just didn't have them. Yeah, so definitely this moisture mist, especially if you're wanting something, this has got blue light protection, which is really key. But what's all the other ingredients that are in this? There's hyaluronic acid, which is a key ingredient for all makeups to keep them hydrated and looking fresh. But spraying this throughout your makeup or during your makeup is going to seal things in. It is not a setting spray like a long wear, but you will find just adding this tip or your makeup will look more flawless and wear much longer. Sometimes setting sprays can really mess up your skin and be toxic, so be careful for that. These are not. But yeah, I'm glad to be here. I can't wait. I'll do another one if you guys want me. If you have any questions, you can always find me on Instagram, Stephen Moleski Beauty. I have tutorials popping up all the time. I have a chat room where you can talk to me directly. I kind of have my super fans in there, and they kind of guide me on to what content I'm wanting. So you can join me there. I will see you guys soon. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you for being an amazing model. We are going to do pictures on this. My husband, Michael Stewart, official on Instagram, amazing photographer. We are going to shoot this. They will be up later today, unedited, straight from the camera. So you will see exactly how it photographs. You see it. I've shown you how it looks in all lighting, but it's just amazing application, amazing because of amazing products. But love you guys. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks, Ari, for being the navigator on here.
Guys.
Of course.
Are we ready to sign off?
Yes.
All right. You guys have a great rest of your week, and I hope to see you soon. Now how do I sign out?